Hi beautiful friends, I hope you're doing well today. So I'm doing something that I normally don't do. So I belong to the Facebook group for the Gemstone Orphanage, and they do have little like contests and stuff over there, and I already posted something for something blue, but the other part of it is to post something black, and they're wanting us to use like the onyx and stuff from the most recent Gemstone Orphanage box. It's the 50th anniversary special box. So I think I just said all that wrong, and I apologize. I probably did. So I have it out, and what I also have out though is Colleens, and this was from a few months ago. So I think that I can team up both boxes and make something black but have a little splash of fun color with it as well. So that's what we're going to do today, and I hope that this meets the challenge that they're looking for. And so we're going to do this challenge together. So let's go ahead and go to the mat, and I'll be right back. Guys, so just as a reminder, these are the things that I have made so far. So I have this really pretty bracelet. This one I made during the unboxing of the Gemstone Orphanage box, and then I did during a live that we were using some Gemstone Orphanage. I made this necklace, and I also made a pair of earrings. So I used a lot of the blue, and the blue was easy to use, right? Because blue is one of my favorite colors to work with. Black is harder for me to work with. I always want to add color, and I'm going to add color because I want it to be my personality still, but also using the black. So as you can probably tell, I probably don't have a lot of the blue left anyway because I used so much of it. So let me just show you what I have here. So this is what I have from the last one, and I'm going to go ahead and get out. We have this graduated onyx strand, which is absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to get that out because we'll use that, and I think I want to use gold with it. So I'm going to get out some of these little guys here. These are really cute. So we'll use some of those. I think we'll skip those rondelles, but I think what would be cool is probably using maybe these little cubes. So let's get those out. We might not use the cubes, but just in case, I'm going to get them out. I don't have a ton of them, so we're just going to pull some out here. And there we go. Just like that. All right. So now what I want to do is I would really love to bring in Colleens. I still have a ton. Plus, look guys, I still have the beautiful pendant. And the pendant was Aiden. So I still have Aiden. And we're probably going to need to make Aiden a nice home as well. And I think that using some of the black, we can really have a good time with this. So since I already have this and I have the black, these are oval shaped, so I think that'll look really cool with that. I think we want to bring in some other really pretty colors. So let's take a look at maybe these like crystal rondelles, or maybe the pumpkin beads. We actually have these really pretty little beads. I'm thinking though that what I think would be really interesting is using some of these and just having those in there. But I still feel like we might need a little bit of sparkle. Okay, so there's that. And then let's see if we can't find a little sparkle that we want to use. So if we're using that black, maybe we should use, I don't want to really use the orange. I don't want this to seem like pumpkin-y. What if we did... We have these little triangle beads. Let's always bring those in. That might work. That might work, you guys. So let's try to see what we can figure out here. You know, I'm really loving these though too, because we already have a lot of oval, and I'm feeling like these would bring more of the other colors in. So let's pull those out instead, and we'll do those, because those give kind of more of like a different look. So let's do that instead. All right, so apparently we're gonna make a necklace, and I think the necklace will be a lot of fun to make. Let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. We'll cut this strand open real quick. Just pull that right off that strand. And let's see. I'm trying to think how I want to do this, because I really love this. And I'm almost wondering if it doesn't need like a little something here. I have one of these bales. I don't know if I want to use that. Just trying to decide if there was something that I really wanted to use for the front of that, and I'm just not seeing what I think I want. So we're gonna go ahead and just go with it like this. But I tell you what, we are gonna try to do some little wire wrapping here, because I would like to make this into a bale, but also have like a little bit of a design here on the front of my pendant. So let me get some wire, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I went ahead and grabbed my 22 gauge craft wire, and this is craft wire from Beadalon, and it's really good stuff. It's a softer wire than like the German style wire, so it's really more malleable. So I think that we could probably do something really cool with it. I don't really know what I'm doing. I really don't. So I cut off about a foot and probably about 3 inches of wire here, and I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of warm it up with my fingers, just to get it kind of moving in the right direction here. And I think I'd like to do like a little swirl here. I think that would be really pretty. So I'm gonna get my round nose pliers, and let's see if we can't make that happen. I've seen people do it, and they all make it look so easy. So let's just see if we can't make it look easy too. So I'm just gonna start at the end with my little round nose pliers here. And we're just gonna start making like a little circle, if I can actually hang on to the wire. And just make a little circle around. And I'm just kind of taking my time, because I don't want it to be like super rushed. And I'm gonna grab my pliers now that I've got it started. You can see I've got just like a little round thing. And we're just gonna hold on to our little circle and just make our way around. And while I'm doing this, it's actually work hardening my little swirl. Let's make it a little bit bigger. You can make these as big or as little as you want. It doesn't really matter. It's all up to you. All right, so now I think I have it big enough, but now my problem is I want to kind of turn it so it's like this. So the swirl is facing up and the rest of my wire is behind it, okay? And then I'm just going to put my wire through my little loop here, or my little hole. And now I have this situated right here. Well, that's not going to be enough to hold it, I don't think. So what I'm going to attempt to do is go through this hole twice, and just very carefully, just to kind of, I don't even know if this is a right or wrong thing to do, you guys. This is just what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so I think I got it through. I don't know that, you know, I'm not a fan of that. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can't figure this out. Let me undo this. Okay, hold on, guys. I snapped off my little swirl. Hold on, I gotta put my hair up. It's warm in here. I got my fan going. You know, honestly, it's not even that warm in here. I think I might be having like a hormonal thing going on right now. And it's like, this is not funny. This is not, I was fine until I started, doing stuff. Okay, so I think maybe starting with the swirl is the incorrect way to do this. I don't really know though, you guys. I'm still teaching myself some things. All right, so let's start by going up like this, like at the top, and I want to take this, my shorter one, okay? This is still the same wire, I just cut off the parts that I don't need. And then we are going to make this so it sits like on top. So I use my thumb to bend this so it's right on top. And then I'm gonna go in here with my pliers and hold that down. Hold on. And just wrap it around a couple times. And I don't know if this is the right way to do it either, you guys. I really don't know. Maybe I need to go a little bit more. Oops, I'm going the wrong way now. I do know I'm kind of struggling right about now, but it'll be okay. So maybe what I could do, we're just gonna pretend like that little short wire doesn't even exist right now, because I think I might have an idea. All right, we're just gonna pretend like it doesn't exist. So now what I like to do is I do like to make like a little bail. I do like doing that. So I think that's what we're going to do. Let me get my bail making pliers, my step bail making pliers. So we'll get that. I want to use the second one here. So I'm just going to put my wire in between that little baby one and the second one. And we're going to go around, and we're going to have to move our pliers to accommodate. And we're going to go around again. I think I want to do 3 full rounds on both sides. So there's the third one, and now I'm behind it. So now I want to go ahead and take this wire. I'm going to take this off for a second. I'm going to turn it backwards so I can see what I'm doing back here. And we're going to take that and just come around back behind, and so that we can come back up to the front. I just wanted to see where my wire was going to land. And I'm sorry if this is so jumpy and messy, you guys. I'm trying really hard not to be. Back on there. And now we're just gonna do 3 around on this side. So again, you'll have to open your pliers a couple times just to maneuver the wire around. And then here's my third time. And now we can pull that whole, well, nope, let's not pull the whole thing off yet, Jode. There we go, because we want to bring that back around the back again. All right, so this is what I have, and I know it looks a little funky right now, guys, but we're going to take that wire right there. For now, I'm just going to stick my round nose pliers in because it's a little bit easier to hang on to, and we're going to go around again right underneath that bail. And we really only need to do it a couple times. And now we can snip this part off and get that tucked in there. All right, so now I really would like to make that little swirl. I'm gonna get back in there with my round nose pliers because it's a little bit skinnier. I want to go around another time here, back up to the front. And now I really want to just kind of straighten this out because I think this is how we're going to make our swirl. I think we need to make our swirl last. So I've got my round nose pliers here, and now we're just going to just start our little swirl. Got our little loop at the bottom of our wire. I'm going to take my pliers and we're just going to roll that around into a nice little swirl. And all I'm doing is hanging onto the loop and pulling my wire down. Hanging onto my circle, pulling my wire down. And it's a little bit of a process. It takes a minute, but I think it'll look cute. I don't normally do stuff like this, so doing something like this kind of makes me nervous because I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to stuff like this. I'm trying to branch out, guys. I'm trying to learn some new things, and I don't know why I got shaky all of a sudden, you guys. I'm so sorry. It happens to me. I'm so sorry. If my like weird little earthquakes are like bothering you, I do apologize. Okay, so now I think we have our little swirl, but what I want to do is I want to position it right here. I might be able to just use our fingers to kind of manipulate it. Hopefully it'll hide some of our little wire issue. And it does. See, now with this, you could choose to leave it like closed like this, which is what I like. Or you can use your fingernails or pliers to pull it apart so it fans. But I like it when it's closed like this. But I'm just gonna go in here with my round nose pliers and just kind of fix it a little bit. Just kind of straighten it out. And all you need to do is just kind of press down. And there we go. All right, so now we have our pendant, and you know what? I don't think that looks half bad. I wonder if I could just kind of fix it though, just a little bit by just turning that. There we go. I like that better. I didn't do much to it, but I think I like that better. All right. So we got that figured out. that was pretty tough, guys. That was pretty tough. All right, so now we want to go ahead and make our necklace. So I have the Beadalon 19 strand bead stringing wire here in the gold color. It's 0.38 millimeters, and you use size 1 crimp beads or size 2 crimp tubes, and that's going to be your best fit for those. So I'm just going to measure this out on me, and then I'll let you know how long of a piece I'm cutting. I cut, find my tape measure here. .28 inches of bead stringing wire. All right. So now, even if you don't want to do anything decorative like this or do any kind of wrapping, you know, you can use a bail, or you can even use like a jump ring. Some jump rings will fit through there. So you have options. You definitely have options. All right, so now let's go ahead and put this in. And we have this let's kind of sort this out by sizes here. All right, so I think we got our sizes kind of sorted. I don't know if we're gonna end up using the cubes or not. I haven't quite decided yet. All right, so let's go ahead and start with one of our small ones on both sides. That'll just be something that is gonna rest up against here. Okay. And you know, I think maybe I will pull these little tiny, some of these little tiny bead caps from there as well. Okay, let's see what we have there. And then let's put on one of these little bead caps. And then we're gonna go in with the next size up bead. And then let's do another one of these little bead caps. And then let's do another small bead. So we're just kind of starting off little here. Oh, these jet black beads are hard to find the little hole on it. I took my glasses off because they were just like sliding off my face, you guys. I am not enjoying this whole perimenopause ordeal that I'm going through. Not enjoying it, not one bit. And I'm sure there's plenty of you ladies that are like, yep, been there, done that, or going through it. I don't feel like we should have to suffer like this. I heard someone refer to it as, what do they call it? Oh, cougar puberty. And I'm like, you know what? That's actually kind of funny. It doesn't make me feel any better, but it's kind of funny. Oh, I used the wrong bead. I don't know why I grabbed that big one. We weren't even using those big ones yet. Okay, so now we have that little part started, and that's gonna be really, really pretty. And I'm glad I decided to use Colleens pendant in this, because I think it's gonna be fun, and I think that people might like to see both of these like together. I think it'll be kind of interesting. So hopefully it's well accepted by everybody and they like it. All right, so next we're gonna do, I really only want to put the color in like kind of sporadically. So I think what we'll do is we'll put one of these gold beads here. And then here, whoops, try to get them facing the same way. And then I think we'll do another sequence like this, and then we'll start bringing in some more of the color. So let's do our little baby one. One of these little bead caps. Whoopsie. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys. All right, there we go. Get down there. Sorry, didn't mean to hit the camera. and then we'll do the same thing on this side, and we're gonna start bringing in some of our bigger beads here in a minute. I have ink all over my fingers from work today. I've scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, but I had a pen, like I was holding onto a pen and I thought that I had the lid, like, or the little snappy thing, the little plunger thing. I thought I had it to where the ink part of the pen was like away, but it wasn't. So I'm like, I keep finding new spots where I drew on myself. So yeah, it'll come off. About the 8th time I scrub my hands. For some reason, some of those ink pens have really, really good, strong ink in it, and I don't understand why it has to be like that. All right, so let's see, what route do we want to go next? If this is what we have so far, I kind of feel like maybe we want to bring in some of these bigger ones, and I'm thinking this might be kind of cool if I took one of these little triangles, did one of the bigger black ones, and did one of these really pretty gem cut beads. And maybe our gold beads again. We want to make sure we have that beautiful gold in here. And then maybe another gem cut. And like I said, we don't have to do a ton of color in here. I think just having a few pieces of color is going to be perfect for this. Like, it doesn't have to be, it can be predominantly black beads. So that's what that one side looks like, and I kind of dig that. I think that looks really cool. And then let's go ahead and do this next one over here. We got both sides. And put my little triangle bead on. My bigger black bead. Oops, I had it and then it stuck to my finger for some reason. There it is. They're so shiny too, so it's really, really hard to find the hole. Okay, so we're gonna have one little oddball, but that's okay. I'll put him back in the box. We'll use him for something, I'm sure. Oh yeah, this is gonna look really cool. I'm excited about this, you guys. I think it's gonna look great. All right, so now that we're there, I think maybe we should do another one of those little a couple of small segments. I'm gonna get out some more of those little gold bead caps. We could definitely use those. There we go. All right, so now here we are. So let's do another small one. And this time what we'll do is we'll do the medium one here. And we'll do another bead cap facing the opposite way from what I've been doing, because we're going to use the big bead too next. So like that. And then put this little guy on here. Yeah, that's gonna look really cool. And then I think maybe we will do, I want something in between. Let's see what the little triangle bead looks like in between there. Just bring more of that sparkle right up to the top there. You know what? I think I like that. And then we can do our other large bead, which is perfect because I have 2 more that I can use for the other side. Yeah, I like that. And then we'll do our bead cap. Facing down like that. Do our medium one. And our bead cap facing down. And then our small one. All right, let's do the same thing over here. Okay, I think this necklace is gonna look really, really cool. I hope you guys like it. I hope you're thinking it looks good. I know I'd wear it. It actually would look good with what I'm wearing right now. Go. I feel like everything, either you can't find the hole or it's teeny tiny today. All right, let's get one of these little sparkly triangle beads. And then we will do the bead caps on this side too. And now we don't have any more of the larger size beads. You know what? We did not end up using the cubes either. I don't think we're going to. I don't think we're gonna, well, maybe, no, I don't think we're gonna need to. If anything, I will use more of, I'll get some gold spacers or something like that for the top, but I think we're okay because I'm still gonna use these as well. So I'm gonna put this one on here. And this one on here. And then I'm gonna bead a little bit off camera and then I'll be right back and I'll show you what I ended up doing. Okay guys, I did run out of the smallest ones, but that's okay. What I did was I just ended up doing the gold spacer here and repeating this same pattern that I used down here, back up here at the top. But I think we're gonna be okay. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'll put the gold here, because we're really close to being done. And I'm gonna get out some more of those gold bead caps here. And we only need a few, probably 4. So that's what I'm gonna get out. I do have these small black spacers, so we might use those. I don't think the cubes are going to really have a home here. Like, I don't think that in this piece, I don't think I want them in this piece. So it'll be okay. All right. So next we're going to go ahead and do one of these little, actually let's do like 3 of these. Do our little bead cap. Let's do one of these guys. Maybe do a green in between. Do another one. and then 3. Like so. Then we can do the same thing on this side. I don't think I need it to be as long as what I have it right now. So we might be looking at this to do a shorter necklace and maybe do an extender in case I wanted to wear it longer. So I might do that. Oop, I don't want that there. I want one of these on here. But I will test it out on my neck after I'm done with this spot here, with this side, and see what I think about that. All right, I'm gonna put this around my neck real quick and see. Because sometimes I do like my necklaces a little bit shorter. Just gonna hang on to that. Actually, I think this is a good spot really to end it. So I'm gonna carefully take it back down, carefully. All right, so I think I'm at a good spot to end it, and I will put an extender chain on it. So let me grab my clasp and a little chunk of chain, and I'll be right back. Okay, friends, I think I've got everything here. I'm getting my crimp tubes right now. So let me grab 2 of those. Whoop, just 2. And then we can go ahead and start doing this. I have a little scrap here of this double Rolo chain that I'm going to use for extender. And I'm going to go ahead and put on my crimp. And I'm going to, let's do our clasp on this side. Actually, no, that's not right. Yeah, that's right. That's okay. I'm trying to think of how I like to put my jewelry on. So I'm just going to put this little tail through here. And we're going to go ahead and crimp this. I'm going to use my magical crimpers. Let's hope that it works out really well for me today. Okay, I got my little crimp ball there, and I'm just going to pull some of these over top of my tail so I can just hide it. And I'm going to let gravity do what it needs to do. And I could tell that this was open, so I'm just going to make sure it's closed before I put my wire on there. There we go. All right, so we need our other crimp. Oh, I think that's a used crimp. How'd that get in there? That was one of my ones that I think I did bad on or something. I ended up sliding it off. Get that one. All right. And let's just slide this right in here. I just want to go through a few of my beads. So I'm coming out that bigger one right there. And let's just pull this down gently. So my wire, I want my loops to be about the same size on both sides of my, and it is. Oh, I'm gonna need to snip that off. All right, so let's go in there. Just want to make sure it's lined up. And we'll do our crimp. Okay, I'm going to snip this one off. And you still have a long enough piece to do something with. I'm going to come over here and fix this one. Actually, it just went in that bead. Okay, never mind. All right. All right, so then we're just gonna create like a little dangle for the bottom of our little chain here. And I think we'll use this last bead because it's really, really pretty and I don't wanna see it just hang out there and nothing happen with it. So I'm just gonna do like a real simple loop here. And let's roll this back. Okay, and now we just need to put this on our jump ring here. And here is our necklace. I think that turned out really, really cool. I like it. All right, guys, I'm gonna try it on for you, and then that way you can get like a real sense of how it looks. Okay, so this is the shortest length, and I think it looks really, really nice on. I'm gonna go ahead and take it off and put it on the longest length so you guys can see the options, or two of the options. Okay, and then I just added another like inch and a half to it, and I think it turned out really, really pretty. Let me shine a little light so you can see better. Woo! Yeah, so we have a little bit of sparkle, not too much, but it's like really, really pretty. I think this turned out great, guys. I hope you love it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye, everyone.